I was very lucky to grow up in a place called Chappaqua, New York in Westchester County. And it was a great place to grow up, and family played golf together, and we had a kind of an idyllic childhood. Very lucky, very fortunate. I went to the University of Florida and graduated in the School of Journalism and Communication with a broadcasting degree in 1976. And I was, again, lucky to, I don't say walk right into a job with the LPGA, but I had a job with the LPGA coming out of college. I'd been to an LPGA tournament in a couple months before I graduated. They were in Jacksonville. I walked up to the commissioner and said, "Hey, I want to work for you guys." And he said, "Go see this guy, Bob Bachet, over here." And one thing led to another, and I wound up going down there and spending three weekends in the early winter interning at events. And then they hired me, drove to New York via Augusta for the Masters, and worked there for 5 years, and then 5 years in Houston. And then did some things on my own on a contract basis, primarily in sports, so mostly golf. And then came to work for the PGA Tour as an offshoot of one of those activities I was involved in 1998. And it was in the journals, it was in the sports, and it was in the PR and marketing and communications area. And I did that for almost 18 years, and I worked across all three of the tours and the international stuff, which is what I came there to do originally. So I worked PGA Tour, Champions Tour, and Web.com Tour and the international events, and retired at the end of 2015, and was looking for something to keep me occupied in my retirement, and I had a good idea what I wanted to do, and I got involved with North Florida Junior Golf Association, and then JAGA, and then JAGA asked me to get a little more involved, and that's what I did. And so I've spent a lot of my time working with them in retirement, and obviously doing other things. There was one period that was particularly neat, and that was in 1978. Nancy Lopez had come on the scene, and the year before, and she was a total attraction for the LPGA and a terrific player. And then 9 months later, she was in the middle of winning 5 tournaments in a row. And the LPGA got more attention than you'd ever want to believe. People coming in from New York and Boston and Houston and California to these LPGA events to meet Nancy Lopez and find out what this was all about. And so I was in the middle of that because I was traveling on site and in the middle of it every week. And you know, Dave Anderson from the New York Times and all these big name people were coming out to follow the little old LPGA. And it really helped rocket the LPGA to a new level, and it was really neat to be a part of it. Work with some really great people at that time. We had a lot of fun. It was a small staff, and just a really neat time frame. I had a lot of fun doing things. The PGA Tour, I went to a whole bunch of places, a lot of countries: Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, Colombia, you know, Europe, and etc. It offers you a lot of things that Florida has to offer, of course, and a lot of the pleasures that you have in Florida. But it still maintains, with its North Florida base, it maintains that southern feel that I've always enjoyed and liked. And so you get a real nice combination there with this beautiful place that we live here. And I'm able to, you know, do a lot of things with my wife. We met playing golf and on the driving range at TPC Sawgrass, and so we just have really come to like it, and some of the opportunities that we have here, fun things that you get to do, and organizations you get involved in, such as JAGA. And there's also, you know, little things like I might have mentioned to you earlier that. We house a player every year for the Junior Players Championship, the event that's held at TPC Sawgrass, AJGA event. All the best players have come through, Spieth, Thomas, you name it, they've all played there. We house somebody every year since 2007, the first year. And the first year, who stayed with us? Brooks Koepka, real nice young guy. And I saw him about 3 or 4 years later, 3 or 4 years ago, and he remembered, and we had conversations about stuff from the 3 or 4 nights that he spent with us. And then Lori and I are watching the Players' Championship this year, and Brooks Koepka knocks it in the hole in 2 on number 17 for a double eagle. Doesn't happen every day. And then we see the replay, and who's he giving the high five to? But a young guy named C.T. Pan, and C.T. Pan is the guy who stayed with us the next year. So it's just little things like that make living here special, and being involved in the world of golf is, you know, I've been really lucky combining avocation and vocation and living here in a place like Ponte Vedra.